Yo, what is really good, my dudes? Today is Monday, October 22nd, 2018, and we got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the arrival of Famine in the Til Death Do Us Halloween events, as well as the customer support week returning. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, pretty straightforward. Like I said, Famine will be making his arrival at Til Death Do Us Parts, much like we had last week with War. Introducing new mechanics to the actual battlefield in Draynor, so go on over there and head and interact with Famine and continue to do the Halloween event. It's pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to go into much detail. You know exactly what it is up to this point. Been dealing with this for a couple weeks now. So, with that being said, we're going to take a look at Customer Support Week, which is making a return this week. It's now available. It's going to promote good account security and etiquette, encouraging players to enable their bank PIN and authenticator. Each will earn you a treasure hunter key, regardless of whether you're a member or not. On top of this, as normally with Customer Support Week, Count Check will be making a return with free XP and clue scrolls. He's your friendly neighborhood vampire. This time around, he can be located in Burthorpe and is waiting for you. He'll give you a free daily clue scroll and an instant teleport to the drop, which, as you guessed, is also returning. It's a new addition this time around and will be playable in-game throughout the week. There are fresh new questions with customer support themes, and if you answer correctly, you'll unlock a rare title, The Knowledgeable. One more thing to mention about Count Check. You can return to him all week, and if you missed any days, you can still collect what he has for those missed days, those missed clue scrolls. You'll receive 2 prize caskets for each clue scroll you complete, but you'll have to have fully protected your account to unlock the second one, that is having a bank PIN as well as authenticator. Members will be able to receive easy or medium clue scroll rewards, with the rewards scaling at higher total levels. So that pretty much encompasses your main game update. With that, we're going to jump over to the patch notes and see exactly what we've got going on over there. So let's go ahead and check it out. Rotated Ancient Elven Ritual Shard inventory model to give better, clearer distinction between the item and the magic stone used for construction. Missing flooring has been re-added to a house south of Granny Potterington's farm. The ramp on the north side of Granny Potterington has now been fixed and can now be walked upon as expected. Leather body class 3, bow class 3, and bow class 4 no longer stretch when worn. A gap above the scroll bar of the chat box in Legacy interface mode has been removed. Remove the monthly oysters no longer closing animation to prevent the top and bottom halves of the shell clipping through each other. Leaving Til Death Do Us Part event area with War's javelins equipped will now reset your combat style back to melee. Fixed a typo in the warning message you receive when clicking on pillars during the Til Death Do Us Part event. Rift particles now draw correctly when teleporting to the Halloween events from an instance. Tweaked Wobblegong fishing locations to make sure they do not deplete too soon. Farming Skill Cape perk message now correctly reflects the Master Farming Outfit ability to clean herbs. Players will now correctly return to the expected player-owned portal entrance when they use the exit function at their exit portal. Signs of the portal will now work in conjunction with collecting clean herbs from patches via the farming outfits, as well as collecting the player-owned farm honey varieties from the apiaries. The Crystal Tool Siphon will now only work on tools as it is intended. Sick Looking Sheep 2 can now consistently be prodded during the Sheep Herder quest. Fixed an issue where the Rag and Bone Man quest could not be completed under certain conditions. Block incoming share offers toggle now works correctly. Mobile specific options no longer appear in the options menu when in the tutorial of the desktop client. The destroy plant pots and destroy buckets settings once again operates as expected. A typo in the message given for destroying items in the settings interface has been corrected. A typo within the settings interface in regards to sell value when interacting with vendors has been fixed. Grammatical inconsistencies on the choice selection for a new account have been fixed. Recharging God Books and Arathor's Grimoire can now be done using either object on each other. Dramatically sped up Ukthanki respawn times. Multiple Woad Leaves can now be bought from Wyson with a right-click option at a slightly inflated price. Improve the click zone of Glaciers, covering a wider box than just the model itself to allow for more leniency when it's oddly shaped model and wide sweeping anims. Dominion mines now have buff bar timers, denoting when you can replace your first and second mines. It's now possible to pick up Dominion mines with a full backpack if you are already carrying a stack of them. Remove the Options tab from the Soul Reaper reward interface, as all of the option has been previously migrated into player settings. Moved Add to Pouch to the left click option for coins, and added a new Add X to Pouch option. Added a Don't Ask Me Again option when confirming requests for Slayer tasks from a Slayer Master that feels you're too strong for them. Essence pouches now display degradation state in the tooltip. Those strengthened with lunar magic may go above 100% repair. Added a stepping stone across the river in Moss Lay Harmless. Added remaining charges to the Book O Piracy's tooltip. Seismic activities in the Asgardia Ice Dungeon have opened an agility shortcut between the entrance to the Skeletal Wyvern Cavern, with 72 agility required to traverse it. Reworked the Check Items interface for Signs of the Porter. It's now possible to create blue-right offhand crossbows and blue-right two-hand crossbows. And some updates for mobile. They fixed an issue that was causing client dead states, black screens, when users go from a dialogue cutscene, such as the introduction dialogue to Firemaker's Curse, to a player choice and back to the cutscene. They've improved the responsiveness of the swipe, drag, hold interactions in the app. You should find swiping as responsive as before and notice an improvement in the game detecting if you want to drag an element around the interface. Moving items and abilities is a primary example of this. Finally, opening the mini menu, press and hold, aka right click, is significantly more responsive and will open faster than before. Updated some placeholder art in the graphic settings on mobile. Fixed a bug that was causing an unwanted press to continue prompt when returning to the game after using the store on mobile. Players utilizing Legacy Combat mode on mobile will no longer experience the shortening of the inventory. Now have made further improvements to tooltips that we've enabled in-game. Not all are enabled yet. These changes include improving the draw appearance of the box, fixed some issues with tooltips for combat abilities not displaying correctly, and some further optimizations to the tooltips. Fixed an issue that means the prayer glow border that lights up when a quick prayer selection is made was not being deactivated if the players were turned off individually, rather than toggling quick prayer to disable them. Users are now able to scroll the bank interface using an empty space within their bank. They've updated the art for the 4 globes: health, adrenaline, prayer, and summoning. Adrenaline globe artwork is slightly different as it is divided into 2 parts. This is to indicate that at 50% you may now start using thresholds. They're aware that the prayer globe is not quite the same color as on PC. And finally, they fixed an issue that was causing save areas to not be accounted for on notched devices when the user is interacting with an interface that has been made full screen, for example, bank, powers interface, reward shops, etc. And that is it for your patch notes as well as the main game update. Links to that will be down in the description below if you want to go check them out for yourself. Head on over there to do so. And with that, I'm going to end the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want to step in on all things risky related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.